Support, empowerment, and progress. These are the values that nonprofit organization Scholars of Sustenance Foundation aim for in extending help to local communities. The group rescues food surplus and transforms them into healthy and edible meals to fight hunger. Now, as they gear up for its Philippine launch tomorrow, we'll speak to the organization's founder and CEO, Bo Holmgreen, to tell us more about the project. Good morning, Bo. Thank you for joining us. We got you up early today.
Yes, early indeed.
Well, you know, we are talking about some great news here. SOS is finally here on our shores. You've had great success in Thailand, in Indonesia, and now you guys are here. Set the stage for us, or set the scene for us. Do tell us more about Scholars of Sustenance. How long have you been helping and feeding hungry communities, and where did it all begin for you?
Well, it all started in Thailand. It started actually with the thought of optimizing the food supplies, and we started analyzing what it's all about. We realized that, well, there was a surprise. We actually do not have a food shortage in this world, right? We call it 10-8-1 to make it simple.
Okay.
But basically, we are 8 billion people in this world. There's about more than 10 billion people's worth of food being produced every day. So you would think that it would be plenty to go around, but 1 billion of us goes to bed hungry every night.
Well, there is plenty to go around. It's just that it doesn't find its way to the right people.
Exactly.
And you guys have tried to address that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a distribution issue in the world, but the old adage, you've heard that many times, don't give people fish, teach them how to fish.
Yes.
We come in from the angle that no, before we do that, let's just make sure we eat all the food that's out.
Fish. Yeah, let's not
all
waste
the fish
the
that are already out of the water.
Right. You know, as the founder, what inspired you to start the initiative? Like you said, you were a CEO traveling the world, seeing just how much food was going to waste, and like many of us, that never really gave a second thought to where the food goes, how to really get it out to the people who are in need of it.
Yeah. Well, I was the CEO of a software company. We traveled around, we optimized cash for banks. And one day I'm sitting in a big hotel in Thailand, and it was happy hour, seeing all this food. And at 7 p.m. they came, took it away, and I said, what happens to this food?
Where does it go?
We throw it in the trash. Well, people, don't they come and pick it up from the container? No, we have guards, right? So that's when I realized, forget cash, let's optimize food for people, right? And then we had to lift it safely out of the hotels and so on, and into a safe distribution mechanism. So we used cool chain technology. Food safety is absolutely number one.
Right.
But we are able to convert. The thing, though, is that we are an environmental organization. We are actually first and foremost trying to save the environment. So the fact that we've been able to feed 25 million people in the meantime is a wonderful side consequence.
That's true. I mean, we're solving or addressing a couple of different problems here, all related to one another, really. Food insecurity, food wastage, and just the general idea of sustainability. When the food is wasted and it goes to landfill, you produce tons and tons of methane.
Yes.
That certainly isn't helping our planet, isn't it?
That's right. Methane gases is awful, so we really have to make an effort. So we haven't even scratched the surface yet, right? We've been successful in the 2 other countries, and we're so happy to be in Philippines now, but it's all about impact, and we can only do impact by volume.
Right.
Really have to get a lot of food away from the landfill.
Well, tell me about how it works, and how has it succeeded in Thailand and Indonesia, and now that model can be transposed here to the Philippines?
Well, after we were able to convince these very large hotels to give us the food, we were also then able to get supermarkets and manufacturers. And you know, there is a food waste. You can only cut food waste so low and save money because you have to operate a service. And if you're a five-star
you have to spend
hotel,
money to move the food out of your inventory.
Yes. And nobody can afford to do anything with food that has to go. It can be ugly food, it can be overcooked food, it can be just food expiring, whatever, right? And that's where we come in. We became the free trash people of the food world, right?
But food that's close to expiring, I mean, weeks away, months away, often has to be moved out of inventory and it goes to waste.
And we actually take it through same day from to the recipients, right? And then the other art is then finding the recipients.
Right.
Because if you stop on the street corner and say anybody wants free food, everybody's going to raise their hands, right? We have to make sure that statistically we find those areas that really, really need the food.
On that note, where do you plan to start? Are there specific areas here in the country that you are targeting to help?
Yes, well, we're starting here in Manila first, right? And then we will also move to more tourist focused areas
Yeah.
like Cebu and so on. But we start in Manila because there's so much food here.
Right.
And the large hotels and manufacturers, supermarkets, it is a necessary food waste. Nobody should blame anyone for food waste, right? Because
Right.
it is necessary to operate those services.
Right, but we just need to find a solution, and you guys have
Yes.
have found that solution. You were able to rescue at least 30,000 kilograms of food here in the Philippines since October. How's it going so far, and where do you see that? Where do you see areas for scale and growth?
Well, it's going very well. And the good part now is we're riding a bit on piggytailing on the Thailand experience, right? So, I mean, sometimes our management here goes into a large hotel and say, oh yeah, but I worked over there in Thailand.
Right.
I love you guys.
Right.
So yes, we are having no problem getting food. We just need more volume.
Fantastic. Well, you know, there's always room for people to sort of pitch in and help. I know
Yes.
this is going to be, you know, a project that will really sort of resonate with a lot of people who see the same things that you have seen, and just really need to be, I don't know, channeled towards making a way for them to actually lend a hand. How can people be involved, and how can people lend a helping hand?
Well, obviously, all people related to the food industry or hospitality industry in some way can certainly make a big difference by just donating food.
Sure.
We also, of course, need fundraising for operations and so on. But generally, it is just everybody come together because everybody talks about sustainability these days,
Yeah.
but few walk the talk,
Yes.
right? And,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
true.
what we have to do. We got to get everybody to do that. And we measure everything, right? So we can show the results.
There you
That's
go.
important.
Oh, there you go. I think like you said, everybody wants to lend a hand, and we just need to be showed how. And this is one of the very concrete
Yes.
ways where we can start. But
Yes.
you are doing some amazing work, and really big salute to SOS. Please
Thank
continue
you.
the work that you're
Much
doing.
look,
It's been a
much
real
look
pleasure
forward to
having
the
you.
support we're getting.
It's been a real pleasure. That was
Thank you.
Bo Holmgreen from the Scholars of Sustenance. Thank you so much for joining us.